Hello, WellJ2012 here, and welcome to a guide on foreign video games. Now, do you love holidays? Well, you should. You should go on them every year. Anyway, have you ever gone to buy a video game in another country and you just happen to have got a game that doesn't have a language selection, or an English selection at least? Well, you came to the right place, I hope. I'm here to provide you all, or at least most, of the best tips to help you get the right games on holiday and actually understand it. And that's like me, and get a game you can understand, but none of your friends can. Anyway, let's get started. And by the way, my avatar for today is Harley Quinn from Batman the Animated Series. One great way to check for language selection is the way it tells the game's instructions in a few languages. Alternatively, you could also delve a bit further in the manual to check if you can change the languages, either at the startup or in the options screen, if any. It's one way to find multilingual games, and that's quite a useful one at that. Another way to check for a chance of multilingual is, like the manuals, check the back of the box. There may be a few languages to uncover if you're a little bit lucky. I'm just saying, because who knows? The languages featured in this game's back cover might possibly be featured in the game itself. Moving on to disc standards, check the disc itself. You probably already figured it out yourself, but if you're buying something from Spain, France, or even Narnia, and if you want a vague hope for English or something, check the disc on its front. A good sign would be if it was in English, the title that is. If not, it's probably time you found a different copy of the game. But be careful though, some games, like Kingdom Hearts, can be a bit tricky. Just be careful though. Yeah. But if that's a bit of a complexity, if that's even a word, then move on to the next step. A different way, which should probably be in most PS2 games now. Well, I say that, but the PS2 stopped support about a year ago. Check on the front for rating systems or something. A good sign is if you see various ratings on the box. Sometimes you would see a BBSC rating, a UK rating system that you would usually see on DVDs, even to this day. A USK rating, which is a German rating system, which bizarrely also has a movie counterpart. I believe it's called FSK or something, or an ACB rating, a rating system from Australia. If your game has any of those ratings, everything should be hunky-dory. But if you're still in a muddle, then move on to our next and final step. Finally, and arguably a most important step, have you checked if your game has a language select? Usually, they would have a language select near the start of the game, or in the options menu. Like I said, but some games, like Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal, don't have a language selection, and yet their disc has foreign ratings on it. How does it change language, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you. By actually changing the language of your PlayStation 2 system. By then, you can play your fabulous video games without a problem. Or with a problem if you can't understand that. But you'd want to understand it if you ever wanted to go on holiday and buy stuff. So yeah. So, that is my short guide to help you get games while you're on holiday and that you can understand them. You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is WellJ2012 signing out. So, that was my short guide to help you get games while you're on holiday and that you can understand them. Thanks. I mean, you're welcome.